scores are feared dead after an under-construction bridge collapsed in Kolkata. The Vivekananda flyover is an important link connecting north and central Kolkata. The bridge snapped in two and collapsed into moving traffic near the Girish Park area. This, remember, is a crowded locality and a teeming commercial district. Firefighters and local residents can be seen in those footages on your screen trying to rescue people with their bare hands from underneath the debris. The flyover was being constructed by IVRCL, which won the building contract way back in 2009. But even till date, the construction had been left incomplete. Army men and personnel of the National Disaster Response Force have been sent to reinforce rescue efforts. Our team of reporters are at the accident site. Here's a report of what happened with accounts from eyewitnesses.
Yeah, I'm going to give a sense of that place. In fact, I am at Girish Park. This is the Girish Park area, actually, if you look at it over here. And now we're going to slowly move towards the area where the flyover is doing its construction. I mean, now you can see those visuals. This is the spot where the flyover, which has collapsed, leading right ahead till here. It means that essentially the flyover, the construction would have finished. It would have been reaching from all these areas where these cars are parked. But the place where the actual tragedy has happened is around 2 minutes away from here, right straight up ahead. So you do get a sense of where that flyover is. So, and this is a crowded area. You can see this whole particular area. This is a Bora Bazaar area where there are lots of shops, the official buildings over here. And look at the kind of crowd that we are already seeing which have collected over here. Of course, all kind of rescue operations are being attempted to be provided over here. The ambulance is here, the police is over here. Cranes have also been rushed to the spot.
2-3 घंटा हो गया मेरे को यहाँ पे एक आदमी को अभी वहाँ से निकाला वो बोला अंदर बहुत आदमी है अभी.
Since every person who comes down to Kolkata, he is aware of the word called Bada Bazaar and the market over here, because it is one of the biggest and the oldest market in Kolkata. And when you know this is the biggest market in Kolkata, it's a rush area. Every time there's a rush in this area, the precautions should have been taken more rather than being in other areas.
So the fundamental thing after a disaster is to prevent another disaster from happening. So this whole area should have been cordoned off. There is another bridge right which was linked to the previous one that just broke down. So this whole area should have been cordoned off.
All right, let's tell you more about the Vivekananda flyover. The 2.2-kilometer long flyover was commissioned in the year 2009. In fact, Hyderabad-based IVRCL was awarded the contract on February 24, 2009 with a 18-month deadline and a budget of about 164 crore rupees. But after almost 7 years, work remains incomplete. The cash-strapped builders had sought a bailout from the government, landing the long-delayed project to link Girish Park with Howrah Bridge in a tricky territory. IVRCL was in a difficult position to complete the project that is already running 42 months behind schedule, with only 69% of the work done so far. It had sought compensation or additional allocation of funds in the budget because of cost overruns. In fact, the flyover has been facing hurdles since the work began in December 2009. Sources say the design had to be changed, and then several residents went to court seeking a stay order when they found out that the flyover would be inches away from their homes. Besides, construction carried on in fits and starts since permission to block the road on which it's being built never really came on time.